Hello students, today we are going to study most economical section. Now the first topic is most economical section, that is the section of channels. Now a section of channel is said to be most economical when the cost of construction of the channel is minimum. But the cost of construction of a channel depends upon the excavation and the lining. To keep the cost down or minimum, the wetted perimeter for a given discharge should be minimum. This condition is utilized for determining the dimensions of economical sections of different forms of channels. Most economical section is also called the best section or most efficient section, as the discharge passing through a most economical section of channel for a given cross-sectional area, that is A, slope of bed I, and a resistance coefficient is maximum. But the discharge Q is given by equation as Q equals to AC under root Mi. Now we know that the value of M is A by P, that is wetted area upon wetted parameter. So it will be equals to AC under root A by P into I, which is shown here. Now for a given A, that is area, I, that is slope, and resistance coefficient C, the above equation is written as Q equals to K into 1 upon root P, where K is equals to AC under root AI, which is a constant. Hence, the discharge Q will be maximum when the wetted perimeter P is minimum. This condition will be used for determining the best section of a channel, that is best dimension of a channel for a given area. Now the conditions to be most economical for the following shapes of the channels will be considered, that is rectangular channel, next one is trapezoidal channel, and the last one is circular channel. Now the first one will be the most economical rectangular channel. The condition for most economical section is that for a given area, the perimeter should be minimum. Consider a rectangular channel as shown in the figure that is shown here. Now B is the width of channel, D is the depth of flow. Now we have to calculate the area of flow, which will be equals to B into D, that is our first equation. Now next is the wetted perimeter, which will be equals to D plus B plus D, that is this D plus B plus D, which will be equals to B plus D, that is the second equation. Now from equation first, B will be equals to A by D. Now substituting the value of B in equation 2, we will have perimeter equals to B plus 2D, which will be equals to A by D plus 2D, that is the third equation. Now for most economical section, perimeter should be minimum for a given area, therefore del P upon del D will be equals to 0. Now differentiating the equation 3 with respect to D and equating the same to 0, we get minus A upon D square plus 2 equals to 0. Therefore A will be equals to 2D square. But A equals to B into D, therefore B into D will be equals to 2D square. So B will be equals to 2D. Now hydraulic mean depth, which will be equals to M equals to A by P. Now we will put the value of A, that is B into D, upon B plus 2D, that is the value of perimeter. After solving this, we will have the hydraulic mean depth equals to D by 2, that is the second equation. Now from equation first and second, it is clear that rectangular channel will be the most economical, where either B is equals to 2D, means width is 2 times depth of flow, or M equals to D by 2, means hydraulic mean depth is half the depth of flow. That is all about the rectangular channel. Now moving on to the next topic, that is most economical trapezoidal section. The trapezoidal section of a channel will be most economical when its wetted perimeter is minimum. Consider a trapezoidal section of channel as shown, that is here. Now B will be equals to width of channel at bottom, which is shown here. D is the depth of flow, which is shown here. and theta is the angle made by the sides with horizontal, that is shown here. Now the first one will be the side slope is given as 1 vertical to n horizontal. Therefore, area of flow will be equals to BC plus AD by 2 into D. Now it will be equals to B plus 2 ND upon 2 into D. After solving these, we will have value equals to B plus ND into D. That will be our first equation. Now A by D will be equals to B plus ND. Therefore, B will be equals to A by D minus ND. That is the second equation. Now wetted perimeter will be equals to AB plus BC plus CD, which will be equals to BC plus 2CD because AB will be equals to CD. Therefore, perimeter will be equals to B plus 2 under root of CE square plus DE square. After putting the value, we will have the third equation as B plus 2D under root of N square plus 1. Now, substituting the value of B from equation 2, we get P equals to A by D minus ND plus 2D under root N square plus 1. Now, for most economical section, P should be minimum. Therefore, del P upon del D will be equals to 0. Now, differentiating equation third with respect to D and equating it equals to 0, we get minus A by D square minus N plus 2 under root of N square plus 1 will be equals to 0, where N is constant. Now, A by D square plus N will be equals to 2 under root of N square plus 1. Now, substituting the value of A from equation 1 in the above equation, we will have B plus ND into D upon D square plus N equals to 2 under root of N square plus 1. After solving these, we will have B plus 2 ND by 2 will be equals to D under root of N square plus 1. That is the third equation. But from equation 2, rectangular section, B plus 2 ND by 2 will be equals to half of top width. Therefore, D under root of N square plus 1 will be equals to CD, which will be equals to 1 of the sloping side. Therefore, equation 3 is the required condition for a trapezoidal section to be most economical, which can be expressed as half of the top width must be equals to 1 of the sloping sides of the channel. Now next is the hydraulic mean depth. Hydraulic mean depth, that is M, will be equals to wetted area upon wetted perimeter. Now the value of A will be equals to B plus ND into D and perimeter will be equals to B plus 2D under root of N square plus 1. Now this will be equals to B plus 2 ND, which will be equals to 2 into B plus ND. Now we will calculate the value of hydraulic mean depth, which will be equals to A by P. On putting the value, we will have hydraulic mean depth equals to D by 2. Hence, for a trapezoidal section to be most economical, hydraulic mean depth must be equals to half the depth of flow. Now the third one is the three sides of the trapezoidal section of most economical section are tangential to the semicircle described on the waterline. This is proved as, let figure shows the trapezoidal section of most economical section, which is shown here. Now theta will be the angle made by the sloping side with horizontal and O is the center of the top width, that is AD. Draw OF perpendicular to the sloping side AB, which is shown here. Triangle OAF is a right angle triangle and angle OAF equals to theta. Therefore, sin theta will be equals to OF upon OA, which is shown here. Now OF will be equals to AO sin theta, which is the fourth equation. Now in triangle AEB, sin theta will be equals to AE upon AB, which is shown here, that is AE and that is AB, which will be equals to D upon under root of D square plus N square D square, which will be equals to D upon D under root of 1 plus N square, which will be equals to 1 upon under root of 1 plus N square. Now substituting sin theta equals to 1 upon under root of 1 plus N square in equation 4, we get OF equals to AO 1 upon under root of 1 plus N square, that is the fifth equation. But AO is the half of top width, which will be equals to b plus 2nd upon 2 equals to d under root of n square plus 1 from equation 3rd. Now substituting this value of AO in equation 5, we will have OF equals to d under root of n square plus 1 upon under root of n square plus 1, which will be equals to d, that is depth of flow. Thus, if a semicircle is drawn with OS center and radius equals to a depth of flow d, the three sides of most economical trapezoidal section will be tangential to the semicircle. Hence, the condition for the most economical trapezoidal sections are b plus 2nd by 2 equals to d under root of n square plus 1, hydraulic mean depth m equals to d by 2, and last one is a semicircle drawn from O with radius equals to a depth of flow will touch the three sides of the channel. Now next is the flow through circular channel. The flow of a liquid through a circular pipe when the level of liquid in the pipe is below the top of the pipe is classified as open channel flow. The rate of flow through circular channel is determined from the depth of flow and angle subtended by the liquid surface at the center of the circular channel, which is shown here. Now figure shows a circular channel through which water is flowing just like this. Let d equals to depth of water, that is shown here. 2 theta is the angle subtended by water surface AB at the center in radians, face AB at the center in radians, that is shown here, that is 2 theta. And r is the radius of the channel, which is shown here. Then the wetted perimeter and wetted area is determined as wetted perimeter P will be equals to 2 pi r upon 2 pi into 2 theta, which will be equals to 2r theta, which is equation 4th. Now wetted area A equals to area of ADBA, that is shown here, ADB and A. Now A will be equals to area of sector OADBO, which is shown here, that is this, minus area of triangle ABO, which is shown here. So it will be equals to pi r square upon 2 pi into 2 theta minus AB into CO by 2. On solving this, we will have r square theta minus 2BC into CO upon 2, because AB will be equals to 2BC. So r square theta minus 2 into r sin theta into r cos theta divided by 2, because BC will be equals to r sin theta and CO will be equals to r cos theta. Therefore, A will be equals to r square theta minus r square sin 2 theta by 2. Now we know that 2 sin theta cos theta will be equals to sin 2 theta. So it will be equals to r square theta minus sin 2 theta by 2. That is the equation 5th. Then hydraulic mean depth M will be equals to A by P, that is wetted area upon wetted parameter, which will be equals to r upon 2 theta into theta minus sin 2 theta by 2. And discharge Q is given by AC under root MI. Now most economical circular section. Now the first one will be the condition for maximum velocity. Figure shows a circular channel through which water is flowing, that is this figure. Let d equals to depth of water, 2 theta is the angle subtended at the center by water surface, r is the radius of channel and I is the slope of the bed. The velocity of flow according to Chezy's formula is given as v equals to c under root mi. On putting the value of m equals to a by p, we will have c under root a by p into I. The velocity of flow through a circular channel will be maximum when the hydraulic mean depth m or a by p is maximum for a given value of c and I. In case of circular pipe, the variable is theta only. Hence, for maximum value of a by p, we have the condition, that is d a by p upon d theta will be equals to 0, that is the first equation, where a and p both are functions of theta. The value of wetted area A is given by equation 5 as A equals to r square into theta minus sin 2 theta by 2, that is the second equation. The value of wetted parameter P is given by equation 3rd as P equals to 2r theta, that is third equation. Differentiating equation first with respect to theta, we have, that is P dA upon d theta minus A dP upon d theta will be equals to 0. Now from equation second, dA upon d theta will be equals to r square 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 into 2. So it will be equals to r square 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now from equation third, dP upon d theta will be equals to 2r. Now substituting the value of A, P dA upon d theta and del P upon del theta in equation 4, we will have 2r theta into r square 1 minus cos 2 theta minus r square theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 into 2r will be equals to 0. On solving this, we will have theta into 1 minus cos 2 theta minus theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 will be equals to 0. Now on solving this, we will have tan 2 theta will be equals to 2 theta. The solution of this equation by hit and trial gives 2 theta will be equals to 257 degree 30 minutes. Therefore, theta will be equals to 128 degree 45 minutes approximately. Now, depth of flow for maximum velocity from figure is given as d equals to OD minus OC, which is shown here, that is OD minus OC, which will be equals to r minus r cos theta. On solving these, we will have r1 minus cos 128 degree 45 minute, which will be equals to r1 plus cos 51 degree 15 minutes. On solving this, we will have 1.62 r, and putting r equals to d by 2, we will have d equals to 0.81 capital D, that is the sixth equation, where d is the diameter of the circular channel. Thus, for maximum velocity of flow, the depth of water in the circular channel should be equals to 0.81 times the diameter of the channel. Now, hydraulic mean depth for maximum velocity is given as A by P, which will be equals to r square theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 upon 2r theta. Therefore, on putting theta equals to 128 degree 45 minute, we will have m equals to 0.611 into d by 2, which will be equals to 0.3 d. Thus, for maximum velocity, the hydraulic mean depth is equals to 0.3 times the diameter of circular channel. Now second one will be the condition for maximum discharge for circular section. The discharge through a channel is given by Q equals to AC under root mi, which will be equals to C under root A cube P into I, where m will be equals to A by P. The discharge will be maximum for constant value of C and I when A cube upon P is maximum. Therefore, A cube upon P will be maximum when d upon d theta into A cube upon P will be equals to 0. Now differentiating this equation with respect to theta and equating the same to 0, we get P into 3A square dA upon d theta minus A cube dP upon d theta upon P square will be equals to 0. Now dividing this value by A square, we will have 3p into dA upon d theta minus A dP upon d theta will be equals to 0. But from equation 4, we will have P equals to 2r theta. Therefore, dP upon d theta will be equals to 2r. From equation 5th, we will have A equals to r square theta minus sin 2 theta by 2. So, on differentiating dA upon d theta, we will have r square 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now substituting the value of P, A, dP upon d theta and dA upon d theta in equation first, we will have 6r cube theta into 1 minus cos 2 theta minus 2r cube into theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 equals to 0. Dividing by 2r cube, we get 3 theta into 1 minus cos 2 theta minus theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 equals to 0. Therefore, we will have 4 theta minus 6 theta cos 2 theta plus sin 2 theta will be equals to 0. The solution of this equation by hit and trial gives 2 theta equals to 308 degree. Therefore, theta will be equals to 154 degree. Now, depth of flow for maximum discharge from figure will be given as OD minus OC, that is OD minus OC. It will be equals to R minus R cos theta. Therefore, we will have small d equals to 0.95 d, where d is the diameter of the circular channel. Thus, for maximum discharge through a circular channel, the depth of flow is equals to 0.95 times its diameter. That is all about the most economical section. Thank you very much, students.